All right, let's get this started, folks. All right, it's Friday dump day. Well, we're gonna see what's really going on. All right, so let's actually take a look at where the coin market cap is right now. I'm gonna use Coin Parica. So apparently the ETF has been delayed again. The BA, oh wait, do Bitcoinness. I think I talked about this the other day, Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, so it got delayed again. So this is just some more news to look at. I think it was Thomas Lee mentioned something about this is a low for Ethereum. He doesn't think that's going to go down anymore because it was over like I think $500 million put into cryptos throughout this year from like some certain investor. So I'm not 100% sure who they were, but sounds like good news. Sounds like good news. All right. So, but overall, folks, I have not really been worrying too much about Twitter, the news, because anything can happen, right? I mean, they said Bitcoin wasn't going to go to 20,000 and it went to 20,000, right? They said Bitcoin was going to die like over 200 times. So let's see. There's actually a website called Bitcoin Arbituary. Arbituary. I'm a terrible speller. Oh, okay, 300 times now. So 314 times. Let's see if it gets to 1,000. It probably get to 500 within the year or so. All right. So if you see it up on top, these are the coins that I'm looking at right now. So if you want to go ahead and okay. All right. I'm gonna go back to Coin Paprika. All right. I know I'm a little dark here, but don't. You're gonna pay attention to the screen anyways, not me. And plus, I like to keep the lights low. It makes it more cool, I guess. All right. I'm on the actual. I don't know. Okay, so 210. Bitcoin dominance is still like the same. Yeah, overall, nothing really spectacular right now, folks. I do see it going down, but I think we're still like at a neutral position. So I have to do the overall analysis in a couple of seconds or minutes or so. But there's a couple of coins that are doing pretty well, within the week, right? Raven coin because it got added to Binance. I think Basic Attention Token because of ZRX, right? It's doing very well with ZRX. Somehow ZRX is dropping, right? It was almost at 1,600, 16,000 Satoshis. So PivX got added to BitHump or BitPump. So these are actually some of the coins that I'm really watching right now. These right here. So I would recommend this website. Take a look at the 7-day and the 24-hour chart. So that way you can get let's say a head start. All right, I'm also looking at this coin right here, Maker, because it's apparently it's on Coinbase's watch list. If you go to Coinbase and you look at the assets that aren't on actual Coinbase, but the ones that I'm looking at, Bytum, Maker, these are on their list. Maker, I think, because it has a low cap, right? Yeah, so it has a really low cap, folks, 1 million. So this is a contender to watch out. Now, if Bitcoin or the rest of the market tanks a little bit, yeah, I'm gonna wait to probably pick this bad boy up at probably around 450 again. Maybe if it goes all the way down to 300, right? Because at one point this coin was $1,600, so that would be almost a 5x return. Although this is good to have, just like maybe a couple, but I'd rather invest in like something like dirt cheap, like Verge or ZRX, right? Even like ETC if they're in Classic. All right, let's go ahead and do the analysis. Okay, now you can probably see me. Okay, well, still not anymore. All right, let's do BTC. I'm going to do it to Coinbase since it's, it's like the market mover. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the 3-day. Let's get rid of all these. All right. All right, so on the 3-day, it's pretty much showing the same thing, folks. I'll just go ahead and just do the, all right, depending on how you look at it. All right. What I like to do is I like to see if it crosses as many points as possible. So if it can touch as many points as possible, that's what I really want to see. Let's make it a little bit less bright there. All right, so I'm still watching out for my overall. Make it up. So resistance is going to be here at about 6,800, but we really need to break. For me to be very confident that we're going to go up, I would say we need to break. First, we need to probably break 8,500. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a an area, because there's really no like one specific resistance or support area, right? Usually it's, line. There's an area because nothing is exact in the market, right? So I'm going to start using areas from now on, right? Another area, again, I'm still watching here, is the good 5,000 mark. Right? As you can see on the 3-day, the Bollinger Bands are tightening up. Remember, I talked about this. When they tighten up and it looks like it's going down, folks, you see right here on more of the immediate time frame. Immediate here, right? Gotta wash this coat. I got parrot smell on here, right? So this is what I'm seeing right now. It's possibly, if you depending on how you draw it, it's still a descending triangle, right? Descending triangle is a pattern that indicates bearish movement, right? It's going to go down. So, yeah, look, we're below the Bollinger Bands. We're below the 50 MA, but really it's the 200 MA right here. It's the yellow one, right? You see how the previous candle closed below, it touched it. The last two pretty much touched it. I'm trying to zoom in so you can actually see. Right here, right? And if you see this right here, it looks like it wants to close below it. So if this closes below the 200 MA, we're definitely going down for sure, right? Well, maybe not like for sure, but the possibilities are a lot higher. The volumes, there's still plenty of bearish volume, folks. Unless we get something like, how you see how this is lower, like it could literally go like all the way down and like the volume down to here. So we still have a lot of room to sell. Bears are still in control, folks. I see the 3 days it's been slowly creeping. So I expect it to make something like this right here, because it's dying. See, the buying pressure up here is dying. RSI, I don't know why, but it doesn't save my indicators for some reason. All right, on-balance volume, not too bad, but not great either, right? Yeah, we're definitely forming that symmetrical triangle here. And if you actually look at it, folks, it wants to break down. Yeah, so I actually see that breaking down as well. You could, no, I don't need it. That's, yeah, same here with the RSI, right? It's creating. Right, yeah, it's not looking too good, folks. Not looking too good. And the RSI is below. It's 45, so that's whatever. All right, let's take a look at the 4 hour. And then yeah, See 4 hours, same scenario. Below the Bollinger Bands. Are we below 200? Definitely below 200. 50, we're coming along the 50, folks. We are definitely coming along the 50. That's a little bit of an odd pattern. Looks like a possible flag. Could be a bear flag, bull flag. It just depends on what it wants to do. Let's see. Right? It's possible that by today or this weekend, we'll reach 6,300 and probably break down from there, right? See this pattern right here? So if I draw it from here to here, see, it's pretty valid. It's that looks like a symmetrical triangle, right? Or depending on where you're looking at, right? Could actually be a bear flag, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's a lot of movement. Okay, so you can see on by the VRPR, VPVR, there's a lot right now going on at 6,400. So this is a very crucial area. Now I do see some volume picking up, but I'm still not that confident. Let me delete some of the stuff. It looks like a gaggle. So as you can see right here by these little tiny, what was that? Oh, that was my Bluetooth speakers. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, see folks, and if you look at even here, right? That's a pennant. So that's a bear flag pennant right here, folks. So I do see it coming down. I mean, unless something happens. Yeah, RSI's still going down. OBV, yeah, it's still trending. See, bam, bam. See if there's any convergence, divergence. Yeah, still on a downtrend from here, folks. From here. Yeah. So that's not much to say, really. The fact that it's still going down. I mean, the areas that I'm really watching is, again, this area, 6,200. We break that, folks. Cowabunga. We keep going. We keep going. We break that. We'll see 6K. I'm not going to predict. No point in sense predicting because everybody's predicting. So I'm just taking it day by day. I'm a swing trader, so I look at the week, the daily, and the hourly and the 4 hours, right? And sometimes I might do like an intraday, so I'll look between the 4 to 1 hour. That's what I've been doing with the other coins, right? I mean, I've been having to change my whole plan because right now cryptos is, I mean, there's some good coins that are going up, 20% a day, but it's hard to catch every one of them. All right, so that's overall. Bitcoin I see still going down, so I would hedge into fiat, folks, or at least a stable coin like True USD. Tether, I guess if you want to, I mean, there's just a lot of FUD around it. Nothing really bad has happened. I mean, it's still like back to $1, so I mean, you'll be okay. All right. So Ethereum, let's see what if Thomas Lee is correct. Let's look at the week. Oh shit. I was on the log the whole, damn it. See, I hate it when TradingView does this. It always changes it because, see, now let me go back a little bit. Because for the log, it's usually 1 day or above. If you have it on less, you want to be on like auto or nothing, because it's just, yeah, I wish TradingView, like, I guess they really need to have it where, like, if you click on 1 day, 3 day, a week, it changes to log. But I guess I don't know why it keeps changing. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, I mean, probably not. All right, just go back to it. So, it gets annoying a little bit. So this is the first thing I see here is a channel, bear channel. Like I mean, it's still decreasing. Not sure what's wrong with my mouse, but okay. This is odd. All right, cool. I wanted to go here, but let me see. I've man, TradingView sometimes pisses me off. For the price that they charge, shit needs to work. All right, so you get the point. You get the point. It's creating a downward channel, right? I mean, it's broken a lot of support already, right? We're holding on to the 200 for dear life right now. You can tell that it's forming another pretty much. Yeah, it's forming another descending triangle. I mean, even if you do right here, right, it's still a pennant, bear pennant. Yeah, I mean, if this keeps going, right, first area of support, it's gonna be around well, there's that little wick, so 167. So 150 to 170 is what I'm watching out for. This area right here. Okay, TradingView, like, stop. Fuck. Yeah, below 50. Where's my 200? It's hard to tell on the black screen sometimes. What the hell? Okay, whatever. Well, yeah, not looking too good for Ethereum, folks. I mean, unless it trails out, I mean, it is way below the Bollinger Bands. Let's take a look on the daily. Yeah, so the dailies, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's way. Yeah, so it's below the 50 MA. So that's bearish, below the Bollingers, way below the Ichimoku. Let's see. Yeah, it's forming that this triangle right here, folks. Yeah, it's a pennant. That's a bear pennant right there. If this doesn't hold, which I don't see it holding. I mean, if you look at this pattern, looks like this. It just wants to dump again. Let's see if any indicators say anything. MACD looks like it might have a little bit more buying volume. RSI. Yeah, not really seeing much. So I'm looking out for 185 again. And it really needs to break. Man, what are you on, the 1 day? Below the 200. Okay. Yeah, it really needs to break. If it touches 235, I would reconsider probably going long on ETH. But other than that, not the brightest. I mean, in 4 hours, it's below everything. 200, 50. Actually, let me see. It looks like it's actually, let me delete some of these. It's a lot of, so you can actually see. So I'll go to auto. Let's see. So it's tagging right now the 50. So it's 10. So we actually got about what? New York time. You got about 15 minutes. So well, it is creating a, if you look at this from this point of view, it is creating a bear flag. Yeah, that's a bear flag, folks. So it is possible it could touch all the way up to 213 around this area. I don't think it's going to go that high. I mean, there's a little wick right here. So, I mean, you want to do that. It's just, I mean, that was from the tether. So it's kind of confusing sometimes when you have something like that. But I'm watching for, yeah, so 203 is a big area. This whole area right here is pretty big. Kind of open air right here. So it really needs to go back up to about 222. Yeah, see, volume is dying. Yeah. Yeah, not much. All right, so let's go into the alts. So what I'm looking for right now are certain breakouts, right? So with POA, right? I was actually, if I was playing and trading within this intraday, I could have made 20% with this coin because it just kept going up and down and it followed the descending wedge almost perfectly, folks. I mean, so what I do is I'll give you a little pointer of how I actually research these coins. So I'll go on like Coin Market Cap or better yet, my Blockfolio because it's right there and I don't have to worry about switching tabs. Right. What I'll do is I'll look for within 24 hours the percentage. So if something's over like 15%, 20%, I'm definitely taking a look at it, especially the volume. Like if it has over 2 million volume, I'm very interested. Right. So what I'll do is I'll click on it. Okay. So for example, this coin, right? Okay. So within 24 hours, it's already down 10%. So I want to look at where the Fibonacci's are, where the retracements are, and see if this coin is whether it's going to keep going down or up, right? So what I do is I go back to trading view, right? And forgive me if I talk like this. I like to joke around and shit, you know. All right, Ravenclaw. Okay, so I think there's more data on Bittrex, if I'm correct. Let me see. Usually when there's not enough data, you need to go on the lower time frames. Okay, but since I'm trading on Binance and it looks like they're doing whatever, RVN. Okay, so I'm trading on Binance. All right, so I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna do 2 hour. Well, actually, I go between each of them. All right. So there's not the most data on this one. So I guess I could do the 1 hour. You know, it changes from time to time. So first thing I like to do is I like to just look at the overall picture, paint a story, and see where it's going. All right. Okay, so I see that within the last couple hours, there's been some green candles. So the 200 and all right, so the 50 EMA, so it's below the 50 EMA. All right, let me look at my fib where it retraced to. Usually, I like for it to retrace to the 0.5. Right, depending where you go from retracement to retracement, right? So it's different. So I'll make one there, and then I'll do one right here because it already retraced it from the lower high. So when I want to zoom in and see where it retraced it, right? Because now that I have a guesstimate, right? So I don't really like Elliott waves because it's something, one, I'm not a master of, and two, like if you get like one count wrong, like the whole thing is off. Like bad time. So what I like to do is I just put in my support and resistance areas, right? So this is a big support area right now. 430. That's one big one. Another one is right here at the 0.5, so 390. right? Another one is right here between 330, right? As you can tell right here. Maybe move it up a little bit. Right, so that's really what I'm watching. Right, and then I'm going to draw my lines. So if you look at this line, technically it could still go all the way down to here. Right, it can still touch the 0.382. Right, it has plenty of time. I'm going to do another line because I want it right from here. So it already broke out. Give me 1 second, folks. Okay, cool. Right. So I'm just drawing trend lines, like, so wherever it touches, I like to draw it from there. Like, so from here, hold on. I'm gonna have to change this one a little bit. All right, so because that one already kind of validated it a little bit, but I wanted to touch as many points as possible. Let me get rid of some of this stuff because it looks like crap. Okay, so what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna get rid of this other Fibonacci because it's looking a little bit cluttered, and I'm doing TA for me as well. All right, I'm gonna draw my top trend line. All right, doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing's ever perfect, right? So actually what I see right now is I see a wedge. I see a wedge forming. So now I can actually get rid of these other lines, right? So now that I have two important factors here. So I have this trend line right here. So based on this wedge on the 1 hour time frame, right, I'm either going to see a breakout at 0.236 FIB around this area, or if it tags there and it keeps coming down, right, it will most probably break this support area and possibly come down and touch this trend line, right? Because if I change it to the 4 hours, right, let's see, where's the, oh, I guess it's not enough. Oh, there's not enough data. Yeah, because it hasn't been on here for 50 days. That's why. Oh, yeah. So you have to use the other exponentials. So like the 10. Yeah, it's only been on Binance for not even like a week. All right. So even on the 4 hour, it's forming that wedge, right? So this is where patience comes in, folks, right? You know what they say, like, don't FOMO, right? I actually JOMO because I sold this at, what did I sell this at? Man, I think I got it for like 220. So I got it like around this area, or 280 or 220. It was 280 then. Yeah, it was 280. And I guess I just was like, man, the market's not doing so well. So I was taking like 15% profits and I sold around this area. And next thing you know, it goes all the way up to here. It's like, wow, that's almost like 80% profits, right? Let me see if I got in at 280. Not that one. The other one. Yeah, that's a good amount, folks. So yeah, I was just like, man, even coins getting listed on Binance weren't going that high, but I guess because Ravencoin was just so cheap, people were accumulating, right? I mean, if you look at the VPN right now, folks, there's still a lot of that was where a lot of people bought, was at 488 or so, right? I mean, look at this wick. I mean, this is that's a doji, spinning doji. So it's undecisive on the 4 hour. So we have 5 more minutes till the close. So if I'm trading this coin within the day, I'm just going to look at the 1 hour, right? I'm just going to look at the 1 hour. Based on the volume, it definitely still has more volume to sell. So I'm gonna wait for it to sell a little bit more and see if it breaks out and touches the 0.382, I might scale in a little bit. But if this is a correct Elliott wave, I'm just gonna see what's up. Let's see, 1, 2. Oh, man, this is 4. Let me see. Then we got. I mean, it really depends on where you count it. Like I said again, it's. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the best, folks, but I mean, either way, it's still valid because, look, the 4 isn't below the 1, right? Not even close. And as long as number 3 is not the shortest, it's still valid, right? I mean, this is all valid. But then look, you gotta got 1. Let me see. Yeah, I think this is valid. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. That's 2, 2, 3. No, that's not valid. All right, we'll have to do something about it. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that might be valid. Let me see. Well, let me see where I counted from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the best with Elliott waves. I really don't really use those too much. Yeah, but based on what I'm seeing, folks, OBV, well, we still got some more selling. So whenever they widen like this, there's usually going to be like some kind of gap coming in. See, stochastic 46. Yeah, so this one I'm just going to wait a little bit because what I want to wait is for the 50% retracement. If it does 50%, I'm definitely buying back in, folks. So this is the area I'm watching for, is the 390, right? So depending on you know, it could even go all the way down to here, folks. I mean, what's today? The 19th? Yeah, I mean, it only needs another day for it to complete this complete this leg down. Possibly could touch the 0.618. Many times they will do that. And if it breaks it, yeah, we'll probably see this as a complete market cycle for this coin. Right. And it only did it within like the week, a complete market cycle. I mean, it went up. Man. Went up 100%, man. God, good lord. 3 days. 3 days, it went up 100%. Good God. Good God. Yeah, because it only right, even if you like bought it as soon as it went on Binance, let's say you dumped a little bit. Usually that's what some of it do, but it went down 27%, right? Not the worst. But then, like, let's say you just kept it, right? Well, I mean, of course, most of the time you're probably not going to sell the top, but let's just be nice. Yeah, you would have made it, right? If you would have kept it from here, you would have made it anywhere between, let's just say 20 to 30% profit. All right, let's say if you sold it, but if you didn't sell it right now, and if you sold it right now, you would still be up 25%, folks, 26%. So if you have Ravencoin, I would recommend selling. I really would. Right? I mean, it might come back up to the here, 450 Satoshis, 460. But it's Friday, folks. Friday is usually a dump day. So plus, volume's definitely decreasing. So I sold all of these coins for me. That was I didn't follow my trading rule. I have to admit right now, live. I sold like 80%, and then I sold the rest like because I was just like it was just where was it? It kept doing something like that, right? It just kept trailing and trailing, and I was just like, man, I think it's gonna break down. Like it's already up, 30%, right? And I was just not confident because there just wasn't enough data to go off of. But then, yeah, I just guess it's like fuck it, and we want 100%. I mean, this coin did better than ZRX, folks. It did way better than ZRX. Well, then again, it was cheaper. I mean, ZRX went up like 30%. I think it was from like 72 cents to 96 cents. So it was around 30% depending on the exchange. But this was like the best performing coin, or one of the best performing coin this week, right? So I'm still gonna watch for it because when people dump it, I'll come back in. So I'll look around this area. So that's pretty much my trading strategy. I think I was supposed to show you PO. Yeah, PO is the same thing, right? Take a quick look at this one. Yeah, see this motherfucker in 4.5 days, freaking went up. Okay. Jesus Christ, 80%. Yeah, so I was like, you know what? There's no way I'm buying the top. So I actually bought it at 16.13. Right, and I was just playing these little dumps. I mean, little pumps. So there's 10% there, right? Yeah, if I would have followed this this wedge right here and kept waiting, right? Those were little 8%, 9% moves that it was making. Right? That you can't short this coin right now, just doesn't have it. So yeah, so right now, right, I should have sold it at the 10%, it was actually 1680. It went all the way up to, I believe. Yeah, 1680. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so I could have made a quick 10% because what I'm doing now is I'm putting like almost $1,000 into a coin. Because even if it only goes up 10%, folks, that's $100, and I do that on 2 coins a day. Right, and then I have some coins where I'll put a little bit more. But the thing is, you get your you perfect your trading strategy and your edge. And I noticed that's what it's been doing. It's like I'm waiting for these dips, right? I'm figuring out, okay, where is the best, right? Where is the best scenario to draw this? And I see, well, now if you do the Elliott wave on this, fuck, this is a 1, 2, 3. I mean, this could be, see, 1, 2, 3. No, it's invalid. 1, 2, 3, 4. This, we could have one more leg up, folks. 1, 2. Yeah, I mean, it is possible. 3, 4, 1, 2, because that's invalid. All right. But overall, let me see, what does this chart look like overall? God damn it, did it go to fucking trading view? All right. Yeah, because if you actually look at this was another one. See, if you zoom out, let's I'll sacrifice my chart for you guys. Cool. Right? I mean, this is a ascending triangle it broke out of. I mean, this is one of like the most sexiest patterns you can find right now. Like, this is the pattern that I'm using, folks, right now. I'm looking for bottoms, right? Like, these are like right here is almost a double bottom, not really quite, right? Because they're not a little bit further apart from each other, but right around this area, right? Because right now, Bitcoin and the other coin are doing descending. This is ascending, right? So what you want to do is, look, you want to wait for it to break out of previous resistance, right? So this is the resistance areas. So right about here, right? So you can tell 1, 2, 3, 4. So at around 1,500 Satoshis, a little bit above, maybe below, just the area, right? So usually it's going to break up, but also what's cool is that it always retests. It always retests. And usually if it doesn't fail, it will break out again, right? And so what I actually see is this area right here, possibly that it wants to retest again. And how do you know that? Right now, this market is not doing the best. So, but overall, what you want to do is you want to measure out this, right? You just measure it, usually from where it's all the way down. So depending on what you do, right, there's a couple factors, usually like right here, right? So that's actually pretty much exactly where the next resistance area is. And that line pretty much is going to tell me, look, you know, if I got this and timed it right and it broke out, right? See, that candle was a confirmation that I closed. But you want to be a little bit more conservative, or maybe at least more confident, showing more confirmation. Yeah, you would make a good, you know, if this keeps doing what it's doing, 50%, right? Because look, it already went up 28% from where you where the breakout was, right? If you got this from the breakout, right, let's say you put a limit order at 15,016 Satoshis, and you wanted to take 20% profits. It's a good way to do it. And then this tells me, look, there's a lot of volume coming in right here. Like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green candles. I mean, one huge one. This is just people taking profits right here. That's all it is. So there's plenty of volume coming in here, folks. I mean, if we follow this triangle, let's see. Well, that was also a resistance area, if you can tell right here, right? So that's where it pretty much exactly, and it broke just barely. So we have to really, it has to really break about 1,800 Satoshis around here for me to confirm 2,400 Satoshis is going to be the next area that I want to see, right? Because if you look at the overall picture, right? I mean, this is the lowest it can go, folks. I mean, if it goes any lower, like I would abandon this coin if it goes any lower, right? So this is the areas that right now, so that's usually what they do, right? See, it trails out. So in a way, like this was almost, man, let's see, 60%. This is what I mean. Like if you wait for like the bottoms, folks, you can make a good profit. Good God, 120% in 1 month. This was 10 days, 60%, right? Yeah, I mean, it did drop here and there, but that's where patience comes in, folks. Like I learned, you know, I sold over half my altcoins and just got rid of them and then started making profits on the other coins, because it's just right now I'm really focusing on like 4 or 5 coins. Like I have some for long term, like ZRX and Litecoin and Bitcoin, of course. But there's some coins right now that are, you know, you can make a killing, like 100% a week. Like I'll take those odds any days and just play with them, swing trading, right? And the rest of the time, I'm just really like studying, right? I mean, if you do this, let's see, even if you draw like another pattern, folks, like it broke out of here, right? You could have said, oh, you know, this is where it broke out. Like if you didn't want to create, you know, if you wanted to create this a triangle with it instead, right? Depending on your trading strategy, right? There's no right or wrong. Where's the, right? I mean, it's still pretty valid what you have. I mean, heck, you could even done this one, right? I know this is a descending triangle, but you have to look where, if there's enough volume, when there's increasing volume right here, that's telling me, look, it's about to break out, right? Now, if there was decreasing volume and this was here, then I would have probably started to sell, right? But just because it says it's one pattern doesn't mean that it's 100% right, right? Just like, for example, when you're driving the streets, just because there's a red light doesn't mean somebody's going to stop. You know, a lot of people have ran red lights, and I unfortunately did it once, and thank God nobody got hurt. Yeah, it was. I was on my phone. It was definitely my fault. It was. Yeah, folks, I was very fortunate and blessed that day. Man, I don't know what I was thinking. Sometimes, you know, you zone out when you're on your phone. So I don't drive anymore. I just do Uber because I travel so much. That's the beauty of it. And it's so cheap. Where I'm in Mexico City, and it's like seriously like seven. It's like $6 to go to the airport from here, and it's a 30-minute ride. It's like, how do they even make money? I'm like, God, good lord. But yeah, that's what I was watching for was the. So watch out for this pattern right here, the ascending triangle, right? That's what I was really watching for, is that ascending triangle, right? And you can even do it on like you know, if you're like, oh man, that's not valid, do it from here, right? Do it from there, and just wait. There's there's a lot of, if you want, right? You can even do it from here. Right? It really doesn't matter. So I was just watching that coin. I was like, you know what? It looks like it's taken off. But if this market dumps, I mean, yeah, I don't see this coin lasting very long. But that's just an example, right? You could do it on any of these coins. GNT, ZRX. I think ZRX. Yeah, see, that was a perfect wedge. I created that wedge. And I was like, you know what? This is a really long wedge. Usually it doesn't really go down this far. Usually it stops at about 70%, 80%, and it breaks out. But if it doesn't, it just doesn't, right? Let me see on the 4 hour. Yeah, see. So if you wanted to just do day trading and just don't even give a shit about the coin, right? That would have been a perfect entry because it broke out. I mean that could also be like a bull flag, I guess you can say, perhaps. Let's see. Yeah, it's a good almost 10%. That's not bad. Yeah, but I don't see enough fuel on ZRX anymore, folks. Yeah, I think this is it for ZRX. I mean, it might have one more leg up, but you know, a lot of people took profits at around the $1 area, and it already retraced it. Look, 50% from here. Actually, almost 0.618. Right, depending on where you have it. So I had it from the lower high to the higher low. Higher low, lower high. Yeah, and the 4 hours telling me it's still pretty good because it's above the 50 MA. Yeah, it's above the Bollinger Bands, so it looks like it's still might have some. If it does, I mean, it'll probably retrace down here, but yeah, there could be some. Is that a cool? Maybe. Some area I'm really watching for right now is there's a lot of 1150 I'll be watching for. But yeah, this is a good long-term hold coin anyway. So I mean, if you could buy the dips for this one, right? I mean, right now resistance it's easily at here 1600. Support is at about 1300 right now, or at least the area. Cool, but you know this is kind of scary. Looks like there's a lot of selling pressure. Damn it. Yeah, so there's more selling pressure. Well, so this coin, I mean, if you're trading this coin, I would probably look more to sell. Let's see. Let's see what it tells us today. Well, and it also looks like it's creating that. Possible that it's creating a channel as well. I mean, a bear flag. I mean, it looks like a bull flag. Could be creating a bull flag, right? So if it breaks out at 1390, I would probably go in. But if it doesn't, and if it keeps tagging this line, and if it breaks here, if it breaks support, then yeah, it looks like this coin is going to go down. But on the 1 hour time frame, I mean, it looks like it is actually creating a flag right here, or a pennant. Yeah, looks like it's creating a possible pennant right now. Yeah. All right, we'll see how it goes today. I'm a little bit down on this coin. I was actually up a little bit because I figured it was going to keep going up, but I'm only down like 3% on this coin, so my stop loss isn't really in play. Like if this coin takes a dump hard, like if it goes below, I'm actually looking right here. If it goes below 1290, I'm selling, folks. All right, because I mean, look at over here. Yeah, volume's not doing the best either. I mean, we are dying. Unless it gets something like this right here, where there's just the bears are getting exhausted. So that's what I'm hoping to see, is that the bears are getting exhausted, and then and then it pumps, not pumps, but it goes back up. I don't like to use the word pump because that's not a very good term. Yeah. So on the overall 1 day, I'm very confident. I mean, that definitely looks like it's still going up on the 1 day. Yeah, if you look at this, right, it's actually also looks like it's creating the rising wedge almost a little bit. Not quite. It's not the best. Let's see if there's any other indicators I can see. I mean, it is definitely above the resistance areas right here. I mean, that's a crucial. That was a crucial resistance area, 1280. Yeah, 1280, 1300 area. That was a very crucial resistance area. Yeah. I mean, on the 1 day, I mean, look, if you look at the volume, right, it's good, but it's also decreasing a little bit. But that doesn't mean that, you know, we still can't have some here and there. Ooh, let's see what the overall is. I'm going to hide that for now because it gets in the way. Yeah, usually on Fridays and Mondays and Wednesdays, I like to do a long technical analysis because, you know, Mondays is when people get started again, usually, even though cryptos is 24/7. We're on the 1 day. I'm going to use a log. Okay. I think I'm using Binance right now. Well, I mean, it is possible, right? If it does follow that, or the other option I do see is this one again. Let's see. Here's a possible channel. It's a lot of. Let's see. All right, that one's probably not my favorite. I say this is like almost a pennant. It's more of, because I mean, not a pennant, a symmetrical, but it doesn't look very symmetrical. I mean, it needs to be like symmetrical triangle is more like, man. We'll see how this plays out. It's too early to tell right now. Like I said, that I also see a channel right here. All right. So we'll see if it keeps going up. So if it breaks this trend line, then I'll definitely see it coming back up to the 22,000 Satoshi or 21,000 Satoshi area. Because on the 1 day, it is above the Bollinger Band. It's definitely following the top band. So I do have confidence in that one. Yeah, I mean, there's no sign of going down. Yeah. All right, folks. So that's it. Keep an eye out. Too early to tell. All right. Plus, there's a lot of buying volume here. Buying pressure. Okay. So yeah, just keep an eye out for. Go back to the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, just keep an eye out for the market, right? If Bitcoin drops below again, where are we at right now? 6382. Yeah, if we break this area, if we break 6350, well, technically we need to come back down to 6200. So this area right here, because if this breaks the pennant or the triangle, yeah, we're gonna go down. So watch out for that. All right, folks. I'm still bearish overall. Still bearish. So, all right, folks. I will catch you later. It's Friday, so I got a couple of things to do. Where are you? Oh, here you are. All right, folks. Peace.